So I have all three pairs here with me, and I also have my supplies that I'm going to need, which is my bowl of hot water. I'm again using this little casserole dish. I have brought this water to a boil in the electric kettle, and then I've let it cool for about 5 minutes before I poured it into the dish. And then as it sits here, of course, it's cooling off a little bit more. So that makes it the perfect temperature, again, to dip my finger into, and it's tolerable for a second, but then I have to take it out, and I found every time this is the perfect temperature to do adjustments with. On acetate, again, this is a disclaimer just for acetate, which is perfectly fine because all three of these pairs of Carfia are acetate. So then I also have a towel just to wick away any moisture that helps me make a better adjustments. On that last classic square pair, the adjustment of the other temple that I didn't quite fix the lifted temple issue. So we're going to move on to this third pair, and I'm going to show you how to account for that and fix that particular one. So the third adjustment needs to take place on this last frame, the rounded one with the slight keyhole bridge. On this particular pair, the issue is that one of the temples is kicked up or is raised and is a little higher than the other when rested on a flat surface. Now this could be a lot more pronounced than this, but it still needs to be fixed because it causes this particular frame to sit a bit lopsided on my face. So I'm going to just reattach my camera here, and then we will get on to the adjustment. Okay, so I've got my hot water again. Again, this came to a boil and it's been resting for about 5 minutes. Again, I use the electric kettle. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to show you how these sit when they're upside down though, when they are flipped the other way lying down. And as you can see, one side is raised up off of the flat surface, and that'll also be the same side though that is flush with the surface when it's right side up. So you do want to turn it upside down to see which side is raised and is not meeting flat with the surface, and that's going to be the side that you pull upwards. So we're going to go ahead and take this, I'm going to memorize it by holding on to it, this right temple, fold the left one in so I know I'm working on the right one. Again, grab my piping water, and I'm going to go ahead and submerge this in the water for about 15 seconds. This isn't going to require as much heat as putting a curve in at the temple where it's too tight, making it bow out, or other such adjustments. This is going to require a little bit less heat than that. So now I'm going to just take this temple and put my index finger underneath and my thumb on the top, and we're going to just pull upward. Okay? Now you can see that the problem has corrected itself a little bit already. When I put it on a flat surface, it is touching. If it's more exaggerated than what I showed you in the beginning, you would then just take the other temple as well. So in this case, fold the right temple in, have the left temple extended, submerge for just a little bit to heat that up, and then instead of pulling upward, you would pull the temple or curve it downward. So I'll just demonstrate this, even though I'm not really going to put a lot of force into it because the first demonstration corrected the issue. So we're going to, again, with the index finger on bottom and thumb on top, just pull downward a little bit. Okay, so then that should do it. And because I demonstrated both sides, it wasn't sitting. But there it is. Now it's sitting flush on the surface both ways. You can adjust it at the hinge as well. This is something that I have done in the past in optical. That's what we were encouraged to do, but I guess there's a reason it's for optical assistants only, because you know you do put stress on the hinge that way. You can break it that way. So if you're not being really careful, breakage can happen, and also it's just not great to stretch the hinge like that. So this is a slightly different method. Sometimes it will leave, you know, a dip in the frame, where in the temple where you'll see it go kind of downward, and then you'll see it kind of curve up. semi-noticeably where you did that to adjust it. But as long as it fixes the lopsidedness issue on the face, it's not really going to matter what the temple looks like. Now I applied the same principle that I used on the rounded pair. I applied it to the classic square, and now it's sitting flush with a flat surface as well. Hopefully that takes care of all three of those there, and that is the 3 pairs of Carfia sunglasses. Again, the round with the more oversized round with a slight keyhole bridge, the classic round with a keyhole bridge, and then the classic square. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.